lemon juice.
All right, now how you doing, fellas? Now this week we didn't know what we want to do, so this is some advice to the playoff teams and to the teams struggling a little bit. This is some advice from me, Alex, and Stocks.
Playoffs? Don't talk about the playoffs. Are you kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Another game.
That's it. Just take one game at a time, fellas. Don't worry about playoffs. You're talking about playoffs, man.
Yeah, you're kind of
the Super Bowl champ, man.
I know, man.
It's party rating Stocks on her.
I know, it's making me nervous a little bit too, man. It's throwing me off. You know, it's I don't know what to think about it. So, yeah, just a word of caution: the teams that are out there that are 0-2. The league's just started. There's injuries to come. There's players that are going to step up for you that you don't think are going to step up for you yet. You know, my best thing is what you do is you go in the fridge, all right? If you're starting out 0-2, you go in the fridge, you put your Madden game on, you grab one of these. This is called a lemon drop. You take one of these lemon drops and you take 3 shots, and then you play your game. And that wipes out all those, those bad moves, all those bad passes you made, and you'll be all set. So everybody just needs to relax,
That's what I did wrong before my third game.
See, Alex finally knows, So
I'm 0-3, so. What are you meant to do if you're 0-3 then?
That I can't help you with. You're gonna need a couple of these.
Yeah, a couple of those. No, we wanted to bring a fun show. I mean, this isn't for everyone. We wanted to go more relaxed than what we usually do because I was like, hey, Stocks, want to do a show because these people are all, tight, man. About losing the game. Manny's ready to pack his bags, man.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, Manny. It's okay.
I know, dig deep, man.
I know.
Exactly. You're the Super Bowl champ.
Well, I'm not dogging him. I know he's had some horrible stats. I mean, some horrid. I think he's got like 12 interceptions. But the problem is Aaron Rodgers is what, a 99 in the game? He isn't going to throw 12 interceptions in 3 games. That's probably his worst stretch. And the thing is, he played one divisional opponent? I mean, so he's not out of the division, so just stay in there. And then I hear the Cowboys guy, he's giving up, man. He's giving up, and I mean, Alex, he was a little down in his luck after he played the Panthers a little bit, but I mean, the guys, what do you, Alex? You won a game, did you? No, you're 0-3, aren't you?
Yeah, as I just said, don't rub it in.
You had some close games though, man.
Yeah.
When you're 0-6, then that's when you start hitting the panic button. When you're 0-6, you hit the panic button.
One overall pick.
Yeah. Then you start playing for the draft maybe and start playing some backups or whatever. But guys, just relax. I'm 2-0.
We gotta bring up the mood to this. We gotta bring up the mood somehow. So this might not be a fair, but they might say, these guys are just being idiots. But I mean, we want to bring something fun, man.
Exactly.
They're stressing like this is like we're getting paid to be NFL coaches here. Just relax, man. It's only week 3. It's only week 3. And we're gonna play 4 or 5 seasons of this, so.
Yeah, exactly.
And I shouldn't win the Super Bowl, so if I don't make the playoffs, it's the team in the world. Now, if I don't make the playoffs my whole 4 or 5 seasons, then I'll be disappointed, and that's when I'll just buy a whole case of lemon juice. I'll just buy a whole 2-inch gallon of it. I'll just drink it. I might as well have some Jack Daniels and a shot glass and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't like kitchen, but that's what I do. But I mean, come on, season 1, week 3, not the end of the world.
Everybody just settle in. Relax, look over your free agent market, see if you can make a couple trades if you're really desperate, but now is just time to just sit back and see what you've done with the free agency and the drafts, You can still make drafts now, but now it's just, don't jump the gun, guys. That's all.
I mean, go ahead, Alex.
I'm still trying to get used to some of the players I picked up in free agency and trying to get used to not having Mathis and stuff, but I think my secondary's been alright and stuff like that, but it's still still first 3 weeks breaking period. Think about in real life the Bears offensive line. They got people out after and they've collapsed, but let's see what they do against the Packers this weekend and things like that. So we'll see. It's got to kind of cope with what you've got, really, and try and make the most of it. You know?
Yeah, but you're having fun, aren't you, Alex?
Yeah. You know.
I mean,
he's struggling. That's what it is. He's expecting more. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
he's expecting more.
I'm kind of, the first 2 games I'm slightly annoyed with, because the first one I just let it get away from me, and the second one I kind of slipped away from me because my defense couldn't stop it, and then today my defense just couldn't stop as well. So I got the odd interception. So it's been fairly promising as well.
A game report about my game either, because I'm still heartbroken. But I think I'll use this TV time to break down my game. But I want to get the Stocks game because he played a hell of a game. He helped me out in my division a little bit with the win over the Bears. And from what I understand, Stocks, it was a 53-yard field goal kick that won the game.
Yeah, it was long. Yes, it was downtown.
That all? 60, 70 yarders.
So me and Alex will look at the stats all day, but just tell us how the game felt. I mean, you were there, you played it.
Yeah, right off the bat, the Bears came out with a 4-6 defense. Yep. And that, not playing a 4-6 defense in a while, it kind of threw me off. I wasn't sure where his blitzes were coming from, which angles, and which receivers were more one-on-one matchups. So my running game kind of struggled a little bit. I was kind of mixing it up with Ingram and Sproles and then a little bit of Thomas, and I couldn't get anything going. So then I spread it out, and once I spread out 5 wide, that's when I finally started finding those holes in the 4-6 defense. And I moved the ball well. It was a battle back and forth. At halftime, I was up 7-3. He came back with another field goal. So by the fourth quarter, I had the ball with maybe about a minute left, and I drove it up to about the 37-yard line. I ran the clock down because I knew he could definitely come back and score. So
yep.
It was going to be all or nothing. I was going to win or I was going to lose, and I hit the perfect kick, and that's the game. But yeah, the Bears defense is very tough. He's got Peppers. I mean, I was double teaming him. I was doing everything I could do. I was leaving my running back in, and he's just a monster. Jay Cutler didn't play that great, but he did enough. That's the thing. He did enough against my defense. His running back forte is a hell of a running back. Real good inside to outside running back. He can make some power moves. His wide receiver core, he mixes it up. Kevin Boss is a great tight end for what his overall is. But yeah, it was a great game, and somebody's going to have to put some, good games if you're going to want to beat this Bears owner, because he's for real.
Now, for all the young guys who may have joined the league who are not a football fanatics, explain the 4-6 defense if you can. It's 4 linebackers and 6 D on the line, right?
Yeah, basically it's an overloaded defensive line, and then it's basically like a free safety or another safety comes down in the box, and basically it's telling you that he wants to stop the run first, and if you do try to run it, unless you hit the perfect hole and you get the perfect block, he's going to gobble it up and spit it out on you. And then on passing downs, it's tough to find where the blitzer is coming from.
Yeah.
The blitzer, the line is really stacked, so you kind of have to really, really quick and pick that guy that's coming, and you're going to have to throw to that side, or it's just going to get batted down because there's so many linemen. I mean, it's just stacked. And it's a hell of a deal. I mean, it was giving me fits. It really was.
I thought about switching to it myself, but for me to switch to it, I needed some good corners, and I don't trust my corners good enough this year to do it. Maybe next year, maybe I'll try it in a few games to see if I like it with this team, but I think maybe next year, maybe a year down the line, my team will be perfect for it, but I just don't trust my corners enough yet.
Yeah.
But it's a good defense if you can, if you got the players to run it. And he definitely got speed on defense, and he, definitely got the D line to do it. So.
Yeah, exactly.
But like you said, the way to beat that is the 5 wide, the spread wide receivers,
Yeah, the quick outs hurts him. And if he's bringing the house on a blitz, a screen or a draw can really really gash a hole in that defense,
So it looks like Kevin Voss caught some passes maybe in the middle. I mean, maybe he gave you a little bit of trouble.
He was basically, I took out his wide, his deep threats, Roy Williams, Forte, I was making sure Forte wouldn't catch anything out of the backfield. Hester, deep threat, he's got the potent speed, so I kept an eye on him going deep, and I let him get the underneath, I didn't want him to beat me deep, so I had to give him something underneath, so.
Yep.
He exploited that hole pretty easily.
I know, let's get Alex back in there. I know Alex plays you next week, and he's excited and I think he's kind of a little scared. I don't know why he's so scared, but I guess everyone's scared of you nowadays. But
when you're on 3 against 3-0, well, 2-0 opponent, maybe soon to be 3-0, but even then you got to be a bit wary, especially with the same speed and size of wide receiver, and then to running back threat and Drew Brees, etc. So it's going to be tough.
I was going to ask you, what was your biggest? I know you guys don't want to give a game plan to play next week and all that, but what's your biggest fear, Alex? Is it Mike Williams? Because Mike Williams is putting in a hell of a game together.
It's quite tough because it's kind of, you can't really say who scares you until the game starts really, and then once that player starts to put stuff together, because that's before the game pretty much, meaningless when it comes to the game because almost anything can happen.
I hear you.
Yes, he's tough to cover, but even then, I think there's going to be lots of teams who are going to struggle to cover him purely because of his size and stuff. So.
Yeah, you got Marcus Colston, who's a slower version. I mean, he's slow, but the dude is he's a red zone, monster. It looks like he only threw to him twice.
And he's got Jimmy Graham as well.
But
Jimmy Graham, the tight end as well, so that's another. And he's got Ingram, etc. Sproles, you can catch that out of the backfield. He's got lots of weapons, so.
You spread the ball around well, Stocks. I think that's what scares most people, like Alex was talking about. You don't really know who's gonna burn you until you're in the game, and then you just have to make adjustments. I think that's part of the game as well. That's just not you. I think that's how everyone is. Unless you're in your division and you've played them a bunch, you don't really know where the weapons are coming from and all that. I do know one weapon you have is Mark Ingram, definitely for sure.
Yeah, I'm very happy with this rookie guy. He's the all-around back. He's going to be my workhorse for the rest of the year, barring injury. He's an A potential. He's only going to go up next year. He's the cowbell of my team. He can do everything for me. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to give you some time because I know you're 0-2, and I know you don't think like you deserve all the press you're getting. But the point blank, thing about it, you're getting pressed, and people want to know who's this Stocks guy. He's coming out of nowhere. I knew you were that good. I knew you were that good all along, but some of these new guys don't know Stocks, and I want to give them, I know you don't want to give away your game plan. Obviously, no one wants to do that, but do you think having Mike Williams helps Marcus Colston, and then Marcus Colston helps Mike Williams?
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
When you go look at it on paper and you match up with my team, you're like, all right. If I didn't have Mike Williams, the first guy you would probably target would be Colston. But then you look on the other side, then you see Williams, and you're like, well, wait a minute, they're almost spitting images of each other in height and speed. So you're like, all right, well then, if I shut down Colston, that means Williams is open. But then if you go shut down Williams, that means Colston's will be open. So it's kind of it's a mirror, yeah. So that's. If
you shut down both, then you got the other options, Jimmy Graham, etc. Whoever else you've got in at the time.
Jimmy Graham, the younger version of Steve Smith, or you got Denner Henderson, and so you got weapons. There's no question about it. I think
exactly.
While we're on your team and why we're bringing them down so much, a trade that went under the radar that that probably isn't good. I mean, isn't wow statistic wise and overall. The Bears did get Kevin Voss. We should mention that. I know you mentioned him in your thing. He also did get Jason Avant from the Eagles. I think there was maybe some players involved, but what you got to realize.
He traded Jamarcus Webb and something else, I think.
Yeah. So he obviously gave up the parts that he didn't really think he needed, and obviously the Eagles
I think
give it up and.
He traded Jason Avant and a 5th rounder for Jamarcus Webb.
Yeah.
Letter. But the Bears have picked up earlier in the trade, from the trade from the Eagles, Jason Peters for Lance Briggs. So that explains why Jamarcus Webb will become expendable and tradable. And the fact that he needs a possession receiver like Avant. So.
Well, again, we're getting a little long in the tooth. I mean, we're just having some fun here. We're just playing around. We're having some real fun with this episode. So we're a little long in the tooth. So we'll probably come back with another one so Stock can finish up his game report and we can get to the Lions report because I owe the Kansas City Chiefs report. So peace out, guys. We'll be back in a few.